So for steps 9, 10, and 11, we're going to cut out the curve of the chicken. And the first step is step 9. We're going to mark where we're going to do that. So you'll notice on the directions, we need to come, it's a little confusing. We need to come down a ½ inch from this little edge right here, which is right here. So I'm going to measure that, come down a ½ inch, put the ruler on there, and make a mark at a ½ inch right at the edge, ½ inch down from there. And then this is a little confusing, but right here, this is a question mark, which is talking about the distance from here over here. But one thing we do need, we need at least from this point right here where we cut the bevel over, we need at least 2 inches. So I'm going to come over 2. You could come over 2.5 or 3. If you have a long, probably the longer, if you have a 8-inch long chicken board, you could go a little longer. If you have a 6-inch one, you probably just want to do 2 inches, because that's, so I'm going to come over, I don't know what this one is, I think this one's 7, but I'm going to do 2 inches. So I'll mark, I put the 2 right here, and I'm making a mark at the end. That's 1, 2 inches. You can do it this way. That makes more sense. 2 inches. All right, now this part you need some help, so I can't do it on camera, but I'll get it done off camera. I don't have anybody to help me right now. But you're going to take a bend a ruler between the 2 marks, just like that, and then you'll draw a line right on the outside against the ruler. That works pretty nice. You get a nice, pretty nice fair curve that way. Okay, so after we get that marked, I'll come back and I'll show you how we cut it. So again, what we're going to do is use the miter box saw to cut as close as we can to the line. You'll notice I've left a little bit of a gap there, not quite on the line, because we're going to shave down to the line. And we might be able to make one more cut. We'll make this cut, and it's going to be straight, and then we'll readjust the saw, maybe cut a little closer up there. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to cut this first one, and we'll see. So I did end up making 2 cuts. This is the first cut I made, and then I moved the saw over a little bit and cut this one. So I got a flat area here, a flat area here, and a little high spot here, and a high spot here. But you can see there's the curve we want to go to. So what we're going to do is use a spoke shave to shape down to that curve. So what I'm going to do is work the high spots first. This is the highest one, so I think I'll start there, and then go on here, and basically in these middle parts right here, we're probably going to hit those last, so we get a nice curve. So basically you're just kind of shaping and sculpting at this point. Now one little tip I'll give is when you're holding the spoke shave, you don't want to hold it, you can hold it straight like this, but it's a little bit better if you just slightly skew it like that, but pull it straight. What you don't want to do is tip it or tilt it like this. You want to keep it level with the floor this way, but just skew it this way. So I'm going to start working right here. Oh, and one other thing is you want to make sure you don't go past your ½ inch mark. You don't want to, just like when you were planing the bevel here, you don't want to spoke shave off the end of the board. We'll get tear out right there. So you got to kind of be careful when you're doing that. Take your time and don't rush it. So I'm just going to be working right here, trying to get that down to the line. So you notice I've skewed the plane, or the spoke shave, and I'm trying to stop right about here, where I made that ½ inch mark. Slowly expanding my curve. Trying to cut that curve so high here, so I'm going back a little bit. Just doing a little bit and looking at my curve. Now I'm going to try to work right a bit here a little bit, and maybe down here a little bit. Well, we don't want this thing flat or straight. We want it curved, right? So for some reason, sometimes people just start going straight and then they make it flat, and it just doesn't look right. So work here. See, it's still a little bit flat in the middle, but we're getting there. Just trying to hit the high spots now. do a little bit and look, and it's kind of like the highest spots right here. So I want to kind of work that. Getting pretty close, almost there. And I'd say, ideally you want to just split this line, but you know, if it looks good before you get to the line, you're probably okay. It's really not that critical. It seems like it's a little bit low there. That's the low spot, so I'm going to try and work up to there. Again, you want to go this way. You don't want to. You can't push it this way. You're going against the grain, and you don't want to go off the end. So do it toward the top. Stop before you get to the top. I'm stopping right there at that half inch, where I made my mark. Right here where I made my mark, a half inch down, that's where I'm stopping. But I think that looks pretty good right there. It's a very nice curve. So that's steps 9, 10, and 11.